In the cold grandeur of the Galactic Council's observation chamber, a cryptic message warns, "Do not approach Earth." The aliens struggle to understand the humans' unpredictable and ruthless defense. A human commander prepares silently for the incoming storm, delivering a chilling promise that shakes the cosmos. Power dynamics shift as Earth reveals it's not to be underestimated. The translucent walls of the Galactic Council's observation chamber shimmered faintly, casting eerie patterns over the massive triangular table. Dozens of the galaxy's most powerful species sat in rigid silence, their compound eyes flickering with unease. At the room's center, a colossal holoscreen glowed with grainy footage, Earth's orbit, a speck of blue-white spinning against the void. Suddenly, the image froze, then split. An explosion blossomed near a massive alien scout ship, its sleek hull ruptured by a sudden EMP blast. The council members gasped in dissonant clicks and hisses. "This cannot be," whispered Zravak, the reptilian prime speaker, voice trembling. "The humans are firing. Electromagnetic pulses from orbit. We detected no prior launch. Their technology is primitive by galactic standards," the Velisari delegate countered, narrowing multifaceted eyes. "Why would they risk such reckless action? It will only invite annihilation." "Reckless," snapped another voice, low, measured, terrifying in its calm. "It is strategy. They have a different calculus." The footage switched to infrared sensors. A human orbital platform glimmered, invisible to all but their own detection arrays, firing silently, cloaked in nanotech that baffled the Council's best minds. A young human scientist on the platform, Dr. Lyra Chen, wiped sweat from her brow. Her voice crackled over the comm channel. "EMP pulse confirmed. Shield systems down to 30%. Repeat, shield systems compromised. Initiate countermeasures." On the council chamber's main floor, anxiety thickened. Why have they not surrendered? Our fleets outmatch them tenfold. Zravak bared his teeth. "They do not act like a defeated species. This is something else, madness or a warning." The screen flickered again. A message, transmitted in an ancient Earth code, appeared across all Council communications. "Do not approach Earth." Silence slammed into the chamber like a meteor strike. The words hung, heavy and unyielding. On Earth, Commander Ava Reyes stood alone on the command deck of the orbital station Sentinel-1, staring at the transmission console. Her jaw tightened, fingers gripping the cold metal rail. Below, the planet teemed with billions of unknowing souls. Above, a storm brewed. Her voice broke the silence, low, resolute. "Let them know this is our last warning. We don't ask for peace, we demand respect. Anyone who ignores it will meet the fury we barely hold back." Behind her, Lieutenant Marek adjusted the station's gravity field emitters, readying the platform for the inevitable. Nanobots shimmered invisibly in the air, reinforcing hull integrity with adaptive alloys. Ava glanced out at the stars, dark and indifferent. "They think Earth is a backwater, a primitive, but they've forgotten one thing." She keyed the comm, broadcasting into the void. "We are the storm they never saw coming." And somewhere in the council chamber, the balance of power shifted. The council reels from Earth's ominous warning, sparking debate and fear. Alien leaders scramble to understand the humans' unexpected resilience. Meanwhile, on Earth, a scientist races against time to decode alien tech, revealing humanity's quiet but deadly preparation. Tensions mount as silent dread permeates both worlds. The Galactic Council chamber buzzed with unease, an undercurrent of whispered panic threading through alien voices. Zravak's reptilian scales bristled as he slammed a clawed hand against the table. "They threaten us with cryptic words. What purpose does this serve? Madness or calculated terror?" Velisari delegate Serena's multifaceted eyes shimmered with doubt. "If this storm they promise is real, It is unlike any species we have encountered. Their behavior defies logic and pattern recognition algorithms. Behind the Council's deliberations, subtle alarms began to pulse. A new fleet movement near the edges of Earth's system. The screens displayed small, nearly invisible ships, employing quantum cloaking. Their trajectories erratic but deliberate. "Scouts," muttered Dravak grimly. Thousands of kilometers below, in the subterranean lab of the Sentinel-1, Dr. Lyra Chen worked feverishly. Alien tech shards recovered from a downed scout had become the centerpiece of her research, a puzzle of dark energy conduits and quantum interference. "We've cracked part of their stealth tech," she said, voice tinged with exhaustion. "It uses graviton field modulation combined with nanomagnetic resonators to bend light and sensors alike. It's elegant and deadly." Lieutenant Marek leaned over her shoulder, concern etched into his face. "That's why our cloaking systems failed to fool them earlier. But they haven't figured out ours yet. We've layered our defenses with adaptive nanoplates that can reconfigure at a molecular level." Lyra nodded, pulling up schematics. "Earth isn't just a backwater planet. It's a fortress. And every citizen, soldier, and scientist is part of this silent war machine." Back in the council chamber, unease grew into outright fear. "They sacrifice so much for this defense," Serena whispered. "This is a death world mentality, a species willing to burn their own to defend home." Dravak's jaw tightened. "Our probes report increased EMP bursts, gravity pulses disrupting our ships. They do not fight for conquest, they fight for survival and vengeance." A flicker on the holographic table drew all eyes, a raw transmission from an intercepted human comm channel. A soldier's voice, cold and steady. "They hunted us once. They thought we were weak. They will regret that day." The chamber fell into heavy silence, the weight of that statement settling like a shadow. On Earth's surface, Commander Ava Reyes stood before a massive silent countdown array buried deep in the mountains. A last line of defense, a doomsday beacon for invaders. Her voice was soft, barely audible. "We don't need to win every battle if we can win the war." A pause. "Let them come. We will show them what humanity truly is." The lights of the array flickered to life, casting long, ominous shadows that stretched far beyond Earth's atmosphere, a warning written in silence and steel and far. Across the galaxy, the Council finally sent a chilling message back into the void: "Do not approach Earth." Alien fleets edge closer, testing Earth's defenses with calculated strikes, only to be met with invisible, devastating counterattacks. On Earth, soldiers prepare for a war they've trained their entire lives to fight, fueled by bitter memories of past betrayals. The humans reveal layers of hidden technology and relentless determination, escalating the galaxy's fear and confusion. Darkness stretched over the void as sleek alien vessels glided silently toward Earth's orbit. Their commanders watched, screens flickering with faint signals, signs of human activity barely perceptible, as if Earth's defenders were ghosts. Fleet Admiral Krylos gritted his mandibles. "Deploy the graviton disruptors. Scan for cloaked ships. We will probe their defenses." On the bridge of the Erebus, the flagship, a hum of activity vibrated through the hull. Sensors pulsed, hunting the invisible enemies that lurked within Earth's sphere. Suddenly, a pulse. The entire fleet shuddered as an EMP wave rippled across space. Systems flickered, shields faltered, and comms crackled with static. Kareth's voice was sharp. "They are stronger than we thought. Shield protocols. Deploy nanomagnetic countermeasures." Despite the chaos, the humans struck back with surgical precision. Cloaked assault pods struck vital nodes on the alien ships, disabling engines and weapon arrays before vanishing into the dark. On Earth, Captain Mara Velasquez stared at the tactical map glowing in the command center. "We're not just defending, we're erasing them from this system." Beside her, a squad of hardened soldiers checked grav weapons and nano-weave armor, faces set with grim determination. Every strike, every sacrifice. It's for the world below, Mara murmured. They forget. We've survived apocalypse after apocalypse. Earth is our crucible. Dr. Lyra Chen's voice came over the comm, calm but resolute. Our graviton pulse generators are stabilizing. We're ready for Phase 2. Localized EMP bursts, coupled with quantum cloaks. The soldiers exchanged glances. This was no ordinary fight. This was war at a molecular level. Back on the Erebus, Admiral Krylos seethed. This primitive species uses technology we can barely comprehend, combined with a savage will to survive. His second-in-command, a shadowy figure named Vale, leaned forward. They are not just fighting us, they are rewriting the rules of engagement. Kareth's eyes narrowed. Prepare the dread drones. If they want a war, we will give them one. But this time, no mercy. Far below the orbital battlefield, Commander Ava Reyes stood on the observation deck, watching the stars burn with quiet fury. "We don't hide from the storm," she said softly. "We are the storm." Her fingers tightened around the hilt of her plasma blade, the ancient symbol of humanity's unyielding spirit, etched into the alloy. Let them learn the price of crossing Earth. In the cold expanse of space, as alien ships burned and systems fell silent, a whispered truth echoed through the void. Humanity was no longer the hunted, they were the hunters. The Council fractures under the weight of Earth's resistance. Factions clash over how to handle the unexpected threat. Meanwhile, Earth's scientists and soldiers unite under a common purpose, preparing the planet's last defenses. The growing tension reveals cracks in alien unity and humanity's relentless spirit shining through sacrifice and strategy. The vast council chamber pulsed with low, agitated murmurs. Alien delegates paced nervously beneath soaring crystal arches, their faces contorted with disbelief. The message from Earth had shattered centuries of complacency. "The humans are not a mere primitive species," hissed Velisari Ambassador Serena, eyes flashing. "They wield technologies we cannot predict, and their ferocity defies all logic." Zravak leaned forward, voice rough with suppressed fury. "We underestimated them. Our fleet's losses grow daily. They are not just defending Earth. They are dominating this battlefield." A faction of more aggressive species argued for immediate total annihilation. "Delay risks total collapse," one growled. "We must crush this rebellion before it spreads." Others counseled caution. "War with Earth risks tearing the galaxy apart," urged a crystalline being. "We must seek negotiation, or our own houses will fall." Thousands of kilometers from the fractured council, deep within Earth's fortified underground bunker network, Dr. Lyra Chen examined newly acquired alien data. Nanobot swarms moved like living circuits beneath the lab's transparent floors. "We have reverse-engineered part of their quantum cloaking," she explained to Commander Ava Reyes. "And a squad of engineers. We can now detect them, but it drains energy rapidly. It's a gamble." Ava nodded, staring at the holographic model of Earth's defense grid. "We have to make every second count. Their ships will test our borders relentlessly. Captain," Mara Velasquez sharpened her gaze, "we fight not just for survival, but for all those who will come after us." Back at the council, tension rippled as Zravak slammed a claw against the crystal table. Their death world tactics make them unpredictable. They don't just endure, they adapt, sacrifice and strike from the shadows. Serena's voice cracked. "Why do they do this? What drives such relentless defiance?" An ancient voice from the shadowed corner replied softly, "Because they remember betrayal, because they have tasted loss, and they will not forget." The chamber fell into a heavy silence as the truth settled like a weight. Meanwhile, on the surface of Earth, under storm-blackened skies, Ava stood before the last line of defense. A sprawling array of electromagnetic emitters, gravity wells, and nanite launchers. She whispered to herself, voice steady. They think Earth is fragile. They will learn it is forged in fire. The ground trembled faintly beneath her boots, a pulse of power rippling outward. Earth's heartbeat ready to fight back. Across the void, the Council sent a new, desperate transmission into the black. We will not ignore the warning, but Earth must pay for defiance. As the Council tightens its grip and prepares a devastating assault, Earth braces for annihilation. Human soldiers face overwhelming odds with fierce resolve, and hidden technology offers slim hope. Emotional fractures deepen, sacrifices loom large, and the true cost of survival begins to reveal itself, while alien leaders grapple with fear and disbelief. The Council's grand warships aligned in formation around Earth's solar system, a deadly net tightening. Admiral Krylos' voice echoed through the command bridge of the flagship Erebus, cold and resolute. Prepare the annihilation protocol, target their orbital defenses. No mercy. They will learn what defiance costs. Below, countless alien warriors readied their grave weapons and plasma arrays, oblivious to the silent storm gathering beneath. Deep inside the Sentinel-1 command center, Commander Ava Reyes stared at the tactical holomap. Red blips marked incoming enemy craft, hundreds closing fast. Hold the lines, she commanded. Focus on the gravity wells. If they breach the orbit, all is lost. Lieutenant Marek adjusted his nanotech suit, every fiber of his body tense. They think they can break us with sheer force. They don't understand the cost we are willing to pay. Dr. Lyra Chen watched the alien technology feed, the eerie beauty of their designs masking brutal efficiency. Their ships rely on a graviton lattice that, if disrupted, could collapse their entire fleet's coordination. Ava's eyes narrowed. Then disrupt it. Make them pay. Outside the bunker, a squad of soldiers prepared for orbital insertion. Mara Velasquez loaded her pulse rifle, voice steady despite the storm of nerves. This is the fight for every mother, every child, every future we swore to protect. Her squad nodded, a silent pact forged in shared fear and hope. Meanwhile, the Council's more cautious members trembled as reports came in. Fleets crippled, ships vanished, systems burned. Has the war already been lost? Whispered one crystalline delegate. Zravak's scales gleamed dark. No, but we have underestimated Earth's resolve and their hidden strength. This is no mere planet. It is a crucible. Back on Earth, Ava's hand hovered over the command. Gonzole, a single finger pressed down. Activate the final sequence. A pulse surged outward, EMP waves interlaced with quantum nanobots, a perfect storm. The alien fleet shuddered. In the void, silence fell, a deafening silence that screamed of a war only just beginning. The battlefield between stars was a silent graveyard. Flickering wreckage floated where once proud alien ships had flown. Yet the fight was far from over. In the subterranean lab, Dr. Lyra Chen traced a sequence embedded in alien data, a signal from centuries past, coded deep within quantum transmissions. Her breath caught. It's a message, she murmured. Not from now, from before, from the first contact. Commander Ava Reyes leaned in, tension heavy in her chest. What does it say? Lyra's fingers danced over the console, decoding. Humans once allied, betrayed, Earth deemed too volatile, cast out. Ava's eyes narrowed, fury burning. They exiled us, left us to rot, but we survived. We became what they feared. Across the void, Zravak watched the news feed with clenched fists. Their hatred is rooted in betrayal. This war is no longer about territory. It's about vengeance. The Council's unity shattered further. Some delegates whispered of negotiation, but many, like Kareth, thirsted for conquest to silence Earth's defiance. Can a species so broken be reasoned with? Asked the crystalline envoy, voice trembling. No, Zravak replied grimly. They have embraced their death-world crucible. They fight like ghosts from the ashes. On the surface, Mara Velasquez stood beneath a storm-dark sky, watching. Distant lightning flash across the horizon. Her squad gathered quietly, each carrying the weight of history and hope. "This fight is bigger than us," she said softly. "It is for every scar Earth bears." Her pulse rifle hummed in the night. Back in orbit, Ava's voice cut through the static. "We are not monsters. We are survivors. But we will not bow." The message echoed through the Council's chambers, a haunting truth no one dared deny. The war was no longer just a battle of fleets and weapons. It was a reckoning of souls. The silence before the storm was absolute. The void between Earth and the invading fleets held its breath, as if the entire galaxy waited for what would come next. In the depths of the Sentinel-1, Commander Ava Reyes sat alone in the dim command room. The hum of machinery was a constant pulse beneath her thoughts. Around her, every screen flickered with intercepted alien communications, tactical overlays, and real-time battlefield updates. Ava's voice was quiet but firm over the comms channel. "Prepare the final countermeasures. We'll use every last drone and pulse emitter. If they want a war, let's give them one they won't forget." Lieutenant Marek was already coordinating squads, his voice steady but edged with urgency. "Deploy nanobot swarms in Sector 7. They're our best shot at shutting down their graviton fields." Down on Earth's surface, the soldiers felt the weight of silence too. The calm before the storm had a different kind of dread, one not born of noise, but the absence of it. Mara Velasquez checked her gear methodically. "This quiet is the deadliest sound. Stay sharp." Meanwhile, the Council's chamber was a cacophony of conflicting emotions. Zravak paced, scales shimmering in the low light, his anger simmering beneath the surface. They have not spoken a word since their last warning. Their silence is a threat, louder than any shout. Serena's eyes glowed softly, voice tinged with fear. "It's a psychological game. They want us to fear the unknown." Kareth slammed his fist. "Enough! Silence or not, we will end this on our terms. Prepare the dread drones." Back on Sentinel-1, Ava's eyes scanned the starfield. The humans' cloaking tech shimmered faintly in the dark, their invisible blades poised to strike. She whispered, "We are the ghosts they forgot to fear." A sudden burst of static filled the comms, and then a chilling line echoed through the channels, in perfect translation. "We see you, and we remember." The Council's grip on certainty began to unravel. The silence was broken, war's true sound. The void exploded in crimson light as the first volleys of the dread drones ignited. Alien warships shuddered under concentrated plasma storms, their graviton lattices buckling beneath unseen pressure. From the Erebus, Admiral Krylos roared, "Shield arrays to maximum, return fire, focus on their cloaked pods." But the human defenses were merciless and precise. Earth's quantum nanobots infiltrated enemy systems, unraveling complex code and severing communication lines with surgical efficiency. On the ground, Captain Mara Velasquez led her unit through the chaos, each pulse rifle shot, lighting up the smoky night. "Hold the line! No step back!" The ground beneath trembled as electromagnetic pulses pulsed through the city's skeletal ruins. Gravity wells dragged alien vessels into traps they could neither predict nor escape. In the command bunker, Dr. Lyra Chen's eyes darted over rapidly changing data streams. "Their fleet's cohesion is failing. Our disruption patterns are breaking their formations." Commander Ava Reyes tightened her grip on the console. "Every sacrifice, every scar, it's paying off. Earth's fury is a weapon they never expected." In the council chamber, despair rippled through the delegates. The crystalline envoy's voice trembled. "This is beyond strategy. It's Annihilation. Zravak's scales darkened as a bitter truth settled. We brought this on ourselves. Our arrogance blinds us. A flicker on the holographic display showed alien ships caught in gravitational snares, exploding in silent, fiery death. Kareth's rage turned to cold calculation. Withdraw the survivors. We will return. But next time, we will not hesitate to erase this world. On Earth's surface, the skies glowed red, the firestorm of battle reflected in the eyes of soldiers who refused to yield. Ava's final words echoed through comms. Let them remember, Earth does not fall. It rises from fire and ash. The stars hung cold and silent in the aftermath of the battle. Where fleets once clashed, only drifting wreckage remained, shattered shells of alien technology twisted by human cunning. On Earth, a somber quiet blanketed the battered cities and scorched landscapes. Commander Ava Reyes walked through the command bunker's dim corridors, every step echoing in the hollow calm. Around her, soldiers tended to wounds, both visible and invisible. Captain Mara Velasquez sat with her squad, faces drawn but unbroken. We survived the storm, Mara said quietly, voice rough with exhaustion. But the war isn't over. Dr. Lyra Chen hovered over the analysis table, eyes scanning newly captured alien tech. Their technology is fractured, but they adapt fast. We need to rebuild, faster, smarter. Ava nodded, the weight of leadership settling heavier. We've shown the galaxy we're not the weak ones, but this victory is only the beginning. Far from Earth, in the fractured council chamber, fear and uncertainty reigned. The crystalline envoy spoke softly, their resilience. It shakes the very foundation of our alliance. Zravak's voice was quieter now, touched with grudging respect. We misread them. We must reconsider our approach. Kareth glared. No, this defeat is a lesson. Next time we bring everything, and we bring no mercy. On Earth's surface, beneath a sky bruised with storm clouds, Ava's gaze lifted to the stars. We have survived because we fight not just with weapons, but with heart. Her voice was steady, a promise. Let them come. We are ready. The quiet after the fire was not peace, it was preparation. The sky above Earth darkened as storm clouds roiled, mirroring the tension that gripped every command center and battlefield trench. Across the planet, humanity moved as one. Underground bunkers buzzed with activity, factories forged weapons of unprecedented power, and every soldier prepared for the inevitable return. Commander Ava Reyes stood before a holographic projection of the solar system. Red blips marked the surviving alien warships regrouping beyond the asteroid belt. Her jaw clenched. They lick their wounds now, but they will strike again. Captain Mara Velasquez paced nearby, checking her squad's gear. We're ready. We've faced extinction before. We won't give them the satisfaction. Dr. Lyra Chen's voice broke in, steady and resolute. Our scientists have developed enhanced graviton disruptors and improved cloaking nanotech. We'll fight smarter, strike harder. Ava met their eyes. This is more than defense. This is a declaration. Earth will not fall. We will take the fight to them. Far in the council chambers, old rivalries flared anew. Some factions demanded peace talks, fearing a prolonged war with a species unlike any before. Others, led by Kareth, shouted for total war. Crush them now, or face extinction ourselves. Zravak's voice carried a rare note of warning. Their death-world resilience is no myth. We have underestimated their capacity for sacrifice, and their capacity for cruelty. Beneath Earth's storm-lashed skies, Ava stood alone for a moment, the wind whipping around her. We carry the weight of all humanity, she whispered, but we also carry its fire. A distant thunder rolled, a prelude to the coming storm, not of weather but of war, and across the stars the gathering storm brewed. The galaxy held its breath as the alien fleets reassembled in the dark reaches beyond the Kuiper Belt. Every ship bore scars of the last encounter, twisted hulls, dimmed engines, but their crews burned with renewed hatred and fear. Admiral Krylos paced the command bridge of the Erebus, eyes sharp beneath heavy brow. This time we strike, not just to destroy, but to erase. His lieutenants exchanged grim looks. They are masters of adaptation, one warned. We must anticipate their unpredictable tactics. Krylos's voice hardened. Then we evolve faster. Back on Earth, Commander Ava Reyes gathered her senior officers in the war room. The holographic map glowed with the projected paths of enemy fleets. Every tactic we've used so far has bought us time, Ava said. But time is a luxury we won't have much longer. Captain Mara Velasquez slammed her fist against the table. Then we take the fight to them. No more waiting. Dr. Lyra Chen's eyes shone with a fierce light. Our scientists have developed a prototype, a swarm of autonomous nanodrones that can infiltrate and disable their ships from within. Ava nodded slowly. Prepare the launch. This war will be fought in the shadows as much as the stars. Meanwhile, in the alien council chamber, old alliances cracked. Serena's voice rose in a rare plea. We must seek peace. Earth's tenacity is unmatched, Kareth sneered. Peace is a luxury for the weak. They have already declared war on us. Zravak remained silent, the weight of the coming battle heavy in his thoughts. On the darkened battlefield of space, fleets clashed. Again, silent, deadly, and relentless. Cloaked pods darted through shadows, releasing nanodrones that burrowed into alien systems, tearing down defenses from the inside. The war had become a dance of ghosts and machines. Earth fought not just to survive. Earth fought to rewrite destiny. The void was thick with fire and smoke. Alien warships, once proud and formidable, drifted like shattered remnants beneath Earth's relentless assault. The galaxy watched, breath held, as the final battle for survival unfolded. Commander Ava Reyes stood on the bridge of the Sentinel, her gaze fixed on the swirling chaos beyond. Every pulse, every blast, was a heartbeat in humanity's fierce declaration. They would not be erased. Captain Mara Velasquez's voice crackled over the comms, steady despite the fury around. Hold the line. For every fallen brother, every scar etched into Earth's soul. Dr. Lyra Chen monitored the nanodrone swarms, infiltrating the enemy's core systems, disabling weapons and scrambling controls. They are collapsing from within. The Death World spirit is breaking. Within the fractured council chamber, Zravak looked upon the holographic ruins of their fleet. We brought this on ourselves, he whispered. Their fury is not born of hate, it is born of survival. Kareth's rage was a fading ember. This is not the end, but it is a reckoning. Back on Earth, as dawn crept over battered cities and scarred landscapes, Ava's voice was calm but resolute. We have survived the storm. We carry the scars, the losses, but we have shown the galaxy what it means to fight with heart, with fire. Her eyes met Mara's in a quiet moment across the comms line. This is only the beginning. The stars watched silently as humanity rose, scarred, relentless, unbroken. Earth had sent its message, do not approach.